Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is VirtualNunchucks, and today what I have for you is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019 information. Now, since I was not invited out to California, obviously, to play, I had to get this information via the live stream from Call of Duty's Twitch channel and various other Twitch streamers that were invited out, such as Dr. Disrespect, Vis, Drifter, Courage, the list goes on and on and on. Ace, Exclusive Ace was invited, things like that. So we watched them at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard today and watched the reveal. And there are some really cool things. First of all, let me get this information out of the way. There will be a beta. If you have pre-ordered the game starting on September the 12th, you can gain access to the beta for the first weekend. And then they'll do several weekends in September. And they're also going to do an open beta. You can register for the open beta at callofduty.com according to the stream. And so keep an eye out for that. If you cannot register right away, they will. I did visit during the stream. I did visit callofduty.com. They will ask you to pre-order the game. So here's my suggestion. I personally pre-ordered the game because I'm a YouTuber and because I'm going to review it because you guys asked me to. But here's my idea. Okay, go ahead and register for the pre-order. Okay, play the beta, and if you do not like it, then cancel your pre-order. That's where we're going to go with that. So that's my suggestion. Okay, but that way you can get access to it. Now they're going to do several different things because this is a promised cross-play title. So you're going to be able to play with PC players. You're going to be able to play with Xbox players, PS4, all in the same lobby. Now here's how the crossplay is going to work. The crossplay will work the same way Fortnite works. So if I am a controller player and I'm on a PC and I have a controller plugged in, I'm going to be paired with controller people, whether they're on PC or not. Okay? If I'm on PC then and have a keyboard and mouse, but I also have a console that I can attach keyboard and mouse to, which by the way they do support in this game completely. So if you want to do that, you can. You're going to be paired with keyboard and mouse players. So it's going to be an interesting thing. There is a 10v10 mode. There are 20 versus 20 mode. And there is something called realism mode, which, oh my goodness, dude, it's crazy. They put you in this cave system with a little town off to the side. It's crazy. It's like this little town with it's at night obviously, and they have these little towns with like lamps on and whatever. And then there's this cave system where if you do not have your night vision on at all, it is pitch black. You need your night vision in this cave, and you just go around hunting the bad guys or whatever on the enemy team. And yeah, it's nuts. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Even in the daytime maps, the engine that they have looks absolutely gorgeous. Looks amazing. And the only way I know how to describe this to you without having any footage, and again, the reason I don't have footage is because I wasn't invited, and because every time that you try to get access to footage, Activision has already started taking people's videos down. I know because I was trying to get access to some of that, but can't. So if you want to see it, your best bet is to go to either Call of Duty's Twitch channel, watch the previous broadcast, or go to your favorite people like Dr. Disrespect and all those people that were invited, and you can see gameplay from the thing. Now, night vision in this game is ridiculous, like I've already said. But they also did a dark edition of Call of Duty. Okay, and what Call of Duty Dark Edition is basically all the stuff you get from the Digital Deluxe Edition, which is the knife and all that stuff. But in this edition, they have actually added military spec night vision goggles. It is incredibly crazy. The amount of detail that they have put into those goggles. Saw them live on stream. They look awesome. Now, we didn't get to see if they actually what they actually look like in the dark because they were on a set and all that kind of stuff in a warehouse and all that. So we didn't get to see that, but they swear up and down that they work and they're real and they're authentic. So If you're interested in that, look it up. It's called the Dark Edition, Modern Warfare Dark Edition. So there's that. The gunsmith and the gun bench. Oh my goodness. Yeah, while I'm talking, he's reminding me, while I'm talking about night vision goggles, they're shooting for realism here, so when you're in night vision goggles, you cannot ADS because the goggles get in the way. So you'll be more like what they call a high ready stance, where you kind of more hip firing or excuse me, stuff like that. You can kind of aim down sight, but they use like the laser sights at the end of your gun, and where your laser sight is pointed is where you're going to be shooting. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, it will. Your laser sight, which is a good thing, will toggle on and off for you, because if other people are using night vision goggles, they can see your laser sight just like you can. So there's a bit of tactics involved in that. Oh yeah, you don't have to equip one if you don't want to. You can walk around in that high ready thing, which is mostly hip fires and stuff. Oh, yeah. There's one attachment that will always have a laser sight on. According to my son, all of the laser sights do that, but you can toggle them. You can decide not to have them or whatever. Anyway, point being is that you have to see this in motion. It's just amazing to watch. The other thing that I want to talk about is the fact that there is no mini-map in public matches at all. Okay? The only way you're going to get a mini-map is if you have UAV, or something like that, or what they call a personal UAV, which is a score streak or a kill streak that you can have. It's called personal radar, not personal UAV. Basically what it is a little drone thing that follows you around and gives you a personal radar for a certain amount of time. But it's very, very small. The only way you can be notified that there are enemies near you is there is a compass at the top of your screen. When people do shoot, you will see red dots appear. I've been watching it very closely. You will see red dots appear towards the directional indicator on your compass, but you will not have the traditional mini-map in the corner. Some people are saying that that's a bad thing. They don't want that, but I personally, I don't know how I feel about that yet. So we'll have to wait till the beta to see. Oh yeah, really cool. The watch, and this has already been mentioned once or twice by several YouTubers, but I'll mention it here again because they mentioned it in stream. Your watch that's on your player's wrist actually informs you of your time zone's time of day, which is really cool. My wife's home, so that's what that noise is. But the watch actually provides you with the actual time of day in your time zone while you're playing games. So if you really want to know what time it is, if you don't have time to back out, look at a clock, or you look at your phone, you can look at your player's wrist and know what time it is. That's pretty cool. That's just a nice little touch. As far as the gameplay goes, you have kill streaks like
it's not like you have to take your hand off the gun to look at the watch. It's always on your screen.
Yeah, it's always on your screen, so you know what time it is.
You just have to look down from your sights.
Yeah. Now, as far as kill streaks go, you have things like UAVs, the personal radar that we mentioned. You have cruise missiles, which kind of reminds me of the current Hellstorm, although there's not many missiles attached to it that you could just shoot off. But
yeah, the cluster strike is the Hellstorm.
Yeah, it kind of reminds. There's a cluster strike, which kind of reminds me of the hail strike from Black Ops.
The cluster strike is the Hellstorm. The cruise missile is like a straight up Predator missile.
Yeah, that's what it kind of reminds me of. You have precision airstrikes in this game again. You have the AC-130 again. You have Juggernaut returning. You have phosphorus strikes, which are kind of like the napalm strikes from Black Ops. You have, oh gosh, there were just so many. There were so many. Advanced UAV, which is important. If you get an advanced UAV, you can not only see the minimap and the little red dots on the minimap, but you can also see the direction in which they are facing. There are bouncing buddies back. Some people are saying that they don't particularly like that. There are claymores. There are little, I want to call them radar grenades, because that's basically what they are. You throw this little a tactical grenade, and it lights up enemies in the area of your grenade explosion. There's a distraction grenade, which will allow you to make flashing and gun sounding noises and stuff to distract your enemies, give you an idea where they are there as well. There's a bunch of stuff, man. Team deathmatch, gunfight 2v2. It's just incredible the amount of information they tried to give out today. But that's pretty much it. As far as my personal thoughts on the game itself, I'm going to wait until September when the beta comes out, because I want to play it for myself to see how I think it'll work, and how it'll play out. Okay, so what else did they put in the game? They put in the gun bench. Allows you to attach 5 attachments to your weapon to change how it obviously not only looks, but how it behaves. So you can attach a grip to reduce recoil. You can attach long barrels and things like that. But each attachment does something different to your gun. So there's that. Oh gosh. And I put a bunch of this information on Twitter as well, so that you guys could see it. Because there was just so much, and I was typing as quickly as I could on Twitter and putting it out there. So you need to follow me over on Twitter at VNunchucks to see all of those wonderful things that I put on Twitter as they were coming out. I put them on Twitter and let you guys see them. But it's just insane. Like I said, I'm going to hold and reserve judgment until I play the beta, and obviously until we review it. We didn't get any campaign information, which didn't surprise me, because this was a multiplayer reveal, so I'm not surprised we didn't get any of that. I do not know about split screen. I do know that Spec Ops will be returning. I don't know that split screen will be in any of the game modes at all. They didn't mention any of that I heard or that I saw, so that's kind of a bummer, because I like to play with my sons. I'm kind of hoping they have some kind of custom games where you can play split screen even if it's 1v1. Kind of hope that happens. I'll keep you up to date if anything comes out here in the next few weeks in regards to that. Let's see, what else was there? Anything else that you can think of? That
I was gone for a second. What else did you mention?
I mentioned the kill streaks. I mentioned the fact that there was no split screen that we knew of. We had no single player information as far as the campaign. There is no dead silence perk, but there are quite a few other things like super sprint, where you know, it's not really a perk, but there is an option. You have the regular sprint where you can run, but it's not quite as fast as, say, Black Ops 4, but there is super sprint where you kick up your gun and you really
pick it up, you pick it up.
Well, you pick it up, so there's no, you're not pointing it, you're not even hip firing, you're just picking it up and running.
Yeah, you're kind of just waving it in the air.
Yeah, it's basically if you really need to get out of somewhere in a hurry, that's what you do. Because
people also do it when they're spawning.
Yeah, when they're spawning and trying to get somewhere. We saw that a lot too.
Jeffrey refers to it as something else.
So did the commentators, but I can't repeat that, especially here on YouTube. Let's see. Let's see. What else was there?
Have you ever seen Markiplier? Yes, 24.
Was there what were some of the perks that you saw that you kind of liked?
Well, there was EOD, which is your typical flak jacket kind of thing.
Yeah.
Reduces explosive damage. There was Scavenger, which is nice.
Yeah, that's always nice.
You have specialist kind of things. Like, you have operators, but those are purely cosmetic.
Yeah, the operators are basically what your costume, what your guy looks like.
Something kind of like a specialist, where there's stopping power, bullets. There's a munitions box you can throw down. It's kind of like Crash's ammo thing.
Care packages and emergency drops also return, which is kind of cool.
Yeah. Care packages have always been a thing, though.
Yeah, but the supply drops haven't been around since Modern Warfare 2 or 3 somewhere.
Emergency drops were Modern Warfare 2, and only Modern Warfare 2.
So, I mean, there was a bunch of stuff. I mean, you just have to... Basically, what I recommend you do is go to those streamers' streams and Twitch channels and watch.
When you're playing as the Juggernaut, did you mention the Juggernaut?
I did mention that it's back. I just didn't... Go ahead.
Yeah, Yeah, you drop it, you pick it up, you put on a Juggernaut suit, you have a minigun, but it's playing metal through the headphones, and it sounds like it's coming out of headphones, so it's playing metal in the suit.
Yeah, which I thought was really cool. It's kind of...
As you're blowing everyone up.
As you're shooting your minigun and everything else, you've got basically earphones, and it sounds just like it's coming from inside your helmet. All this music and stuff, and everything else is muted around you because you're... Yeah, it was really cool. It's a nice touch. Gosh.
You can also toggle it, just so you know.
Yeah, you can toggle it on and off, so if you don't want to hear it, you don't have to. But it was a nice touch.
I think it's like left D-pad, you turn it on and off.
Yeah. Gosh, what else did we see? Trying to think. I can't think of anything else that we saw, but there was just so much information. They went for hours and hours just showing off stuff. So, and then they also said that starting tomorrow, they're going to start doing like more vlogs on Activision's website and the Call of Duty blog. They're going to start releasing more and more information starting tomorrow. So they'll be slowly leaking out more information as we go.
I'm pretty sure you've already said this, but the gunsmith, which is your creative class, well, you get to modify your weapons. You get weapon perks.
Oh yeah, weapon perks, yeah.
And you get 5 attachments per gun. You can change your gun completely. You can basically turn an M4A1 into an SMG. And you can turn the AUG, which is an SMG in this game, into a rifle. And everything's pretty cool.
Yeah,
there are like 100 options. Okay.
Yeah.
That's an over-exaggeration.
That's a slight exaggeration, but there are plenty of options. It's crazy.
Like if you take if you shorten the barrel on an AK, it turns into the AK-74U. You can take the stock off of almost all your guns. Snipers have good modifications.
Yeah.
Also, sniper rifles and marksman rifles are completely different. Like the M14 is a marksman rifle.
Yep. That happened. There are plenty... the maps we saw, not everybody did this, or at least the streamer we were watching didn't do it. But there are plenty of power positions and buildings and stuff. If you're into sniping, there are plenty of options to get in a window or somewhere and be a sniper or shoot people from a distance. Mounting is a thing, kind of like leaning in Call of Duty Ghosts. So you walk up to basically a place, and it'll give you a prompt to push a button. You mount up your gun, and it reduces your recoil and things like that while you're shooting. So it's there. You can also sprint through certain doors, like completely blow through the doors. Now it does make a lot of noise when you do that.
Yeah. By the way, it's not certain doors. It's all doors.
Yeah, pretty much every door.
Any door that isn't blocked, you can open and go inside. And any openable door, you can just sprint right through it.
Yeah, you can just run right through it and make a bunch of noise and let people know you're there.
Or you can open it sneakily.
Yeah, or you can slowly open it and be more stealthy about it and stuff like that if you don't want to give your position away, which, in my opinion, is a pretty good option because, well, if you don't have a mini-map and you don't really know where people are, you kind of need to be a little stealthy about it. But there's plenty of options for, running guns and stuff like that, too. We saw plenty of that today for sure.
Also, like, throw C4 on a door and blow it off.
Yeah, you can. There was somebody said you could take a drone. Remember?
Put C4
and put
on
C4 on the drone, so you can fly a drone with C4 attached to it. Find all these people, put the drone in the relative area, and just blow them all away.
You can mark the drone is used for marking people.
Yeah.
So you can mark all the people and then like land it next to all of them and then blow it up.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask a very young person his impressions of what he thinks, because I'm an old person and I'm used to Call of Duty one way. But what did you think about what you saw?
I like it a lot.
He likes it a lot.
It's better.
The fact that
it looks better than Black Ops.
not having a mini map and instead having a compass doesn't bother
okay.
you. That's fine. Okay. All right.
That's all right.
Okay. So there you go. He's excited about playing multiplayer.
Allows better communication with the compass because you can yell out numbers instead of just over there by that one building.
Yeah, that does help.
So like 113.
Yeah, that's something I like about Blackout. If you're playing with somebody, you can say, hey, at 312 or whatever, we have gunfire and there's a dude, whatever. That I like.
I said 113 and you said 312.
Well, yeah, but it's
the same numbers.
same difference. Point being is that you can make call-outs, and I like that. But like I said, I'm not sure how I like the idea of not having a mini-map to look at, especially when you're in TDM and stuff like that. But we'll just have to see. Some people are afraid it's going to be a camp fest.
Maybe, but there's always a counter to camping if you're smart.
Yeah, that's true too. So, I don't know. But those are our first impressions of what we saw. And I'm still, I have high hopes for this game. We didn't hear anything about microtransactions, which scares me a little bit because they're going to be in the game. I'm just hoping they're either cosmetic only or
Cosmetic only.
Cosmetic only would be really, really great because as long as there's no paywalls for pay-to-win guns and stuff like that, and it's just cosmetics, I can deal with that. If it gets to where it's, guns behind paywalls and things like that, that's going to be a problem, and I'm not real happy about that. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you want to see actual footage, check out some of those streamers. Check out the Call of Duty Twitch page. You can actually go to several other YouTubers that were invited, see some of their gameplay, and I highly recommend that you do that. One of the most exciting things for me, though, is the fact that you can do cross-play with any platform. And I'm excited about that because I know people that will play on PC and PC only, but you can still play with PS4 or an Xbox One and all that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool. So if you have a preferred console that you prefer to play on, you can still play with your friends who haven't made the cross-console jump or whatever. So that's cool. But anyway, alright guys, so that's our impressions. That's what we thought. I highly recommend you go check out the actual gameplay itself. And see what you think, and if you have an opinion about it, if you saw it and you have thoughts about it, leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought about it. If you're going to participate in the beta, at least, things like that. Leave us a like on the video because obviously that shows your support for the little guys, and it helps people notice our channel as well. It shows up in people's recommended feed so they can find us. And as always, if you're new around here and you want more information about Call of Duty Modern Warfare, obviously, and gameplays, opinion pieces, news updates, whatever it is about gaming, we talk about it on this channel. So if you want that kind of stuff, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you're notified when we go, when content hits the channel. And hopefully you guys will see you in the next video. And you guys have a great day. All right? Thanks.